That's fine. Cool. We're ready. Is Alex way at the back?
I'll do that. I'll just do it all for it. Right. Yeah?
Lovely stuff.
You got wearing your hat?
You big old head. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Can you hear me? Yeah, that's fantastic news. That's good.
Hello everybody. You're right. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Oh, we're on live as well.
We're on live on here. And obviously we are live in person as well today. So before we say anything else, we do want some actual audible responses from you. Otherwise, it just looks like we've done all of this setup for us two to just sit here. So, and there are people in front of us. So hello everyone. Fantastic! What a response there, and a clap at the back. I'm loving that as well. Thank you, sir. Yeah, this is odd.
This is nice, isn't it?
It's very nice.
For starters, it's nice in a way that we never together when we record a podcast. We're always in a screen doing it over either. We used to do it in Zoom, but now we do it on StreamYard. But yeah, hello, welcome to our very first Don't Be a Hero podcast live in-person session. Are we all good? Yeah, we're all excited.
Fantastic.
We've got an awesome podcast for you today. Also, Halo and everybody welcoming us on the old screen here as well. We won't ignore you. We know you're here. We know you're there.
And do we have our resident live person as well? Is Rach still on the?
She's currently having lunch.
She's eating. She's eating. That's very, it's very awkward for us to do this at 2 p.m. as signposted, Rach. But that's fine. You eat. We'll just catch up in half an hour. That's fine. She was talking about herself. Oh,
Have we enjoyed invading culture today? Yeah. Been around.
Too much by the look of that alcohol over there. Too much excitement.
Disco Leia is having way too much fun.
So we are just a bit of a heads up for people who are sat here going, I'm here to support one of us or both of us, but I have no idea what this is. We are Don't Be a Hero podcast. We are a superhero podcast. We look at all kinds of things. You might have heard of Marvel. Give us a shout if you heard of Marvel.
Heard of Marvel?
Yeah. Give us a shout if you've heard of DC. Yeah. Give us a shout out if you've heard of a superhero otherwise disclosed without Marvel and DC. Yes to the back. Couple of yes. Couple of other superheroes. Rogue superheroes. We've also got Star Wars fans. Fantastic, lovely stuff. So yes, each week we look at a different superhero property or a different film. Yep. We've gone through the whole of Marvel.
We have. We've done over 120 episodes. Thank you.
It is Thank you. That's very good. And now the rest of you are catching up. That's good.
So we've done all of the Marvel MCU movies, TV shows. We're also doing currently wildcard movies. Where we look at some superheroes, but some not so superheroes as well. Pretty good.
Some rogue ones.
But this week, so we drop our episodes every Friday, and we have bonus episodes on Wednesdays. And this week was The Amazing Spider-Man.
Who's seen The Amazing Spider-Man?
Have you seen it?
Yeah. 3 people. I don't think you have you? No. Do you know what Spider-Man is? Just about. Yeah.
Wondering, where am I? Why am I here?
What is going on?
I just wanted a coffee.
Yeah. Someone told me there was chips. I've seen no chips. Yes, so we covered The Amazing Spider-Man during the week. Who likes The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, this has caused such debate this week.
And who doesn't like or doesn't rate The Amazing Spider-Man? And please be truthful. Hands in the air.
Just the one. Just the one.
Was there one at the back? Was there one? Okay. Thank goodness. So we recorded the podcast, and I went quite heavy-footed.
We did.
On the fact that I didn't like The Amazing Spider-Man. Controversial comment number one. We will make many during this next hour and a half of fun. But yes, we covered The Amazing Spider-Man. Wasn't a massive fan myself, but no, you love it.
I love it. So Andrew Garfield, I would say, is my personal favourite Spider-Man. I don't know if that's controversial or not, but
yes,
I'm interested. Hands up if you're a Tobey Maguire kind of guy or gal. No? Hands up if you're an Andrew Garfield person. Hands up if you're a Tom Holland person. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a Tom Holland fan. So
fine.
What we will do is, to give you an order of this podcast, so we do this normal general chitter chatter at the front, at the start.
Yeah,
we are at the front, and then we've got a special guest that we will introduce very shortly. Then we're going to have a break, and then after that break, we are going to do hot takes, including The Amazing Spider-Man is a pile of garbage. It's a massive pile of garbage. But I will tell you why that is later. But for hot takes, please, if you have Instagram on your phones, hop to Don't Be a Hero Podcast Instagram now, and give us. We have just asked everybody to put their hot takes on anything superhero, any superhero related, Star Wars, whatever it might be. Give us your hot take, because after the break, we're gonna go into them all, every single one.
We are indeed, and also hands up if you feel like you know your MCU universe. Hands up if you feel like you know. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do some trivia.
People there, yeah. And the rogue one at the back, who again I know has not seen a single film. So thank you. Yeah, but thank you. DC fans. God, you have all watched these films. We know you have. So we're going to DC fans. We've got a couple of DC. Sprinkling of shy DC.
Well, you know,
don't want to admit it.
It's been a difficult time for DC, right? James Gunn's going to now hopefully fix it all for us. Who knows? But I tell you what, peeps. Shall we bring on our guest for today? Yeah?
Can we have a bigger response to that? Shall we bring on our guest? Thank you. He has travelled many, many miles. Literally travelled.
He has.
And we thank him dearly. He is a star of screen, of stage, of an advert with me, believe it or not, that we'll talk about at some point. Yeah. But if we could please give a big clap, a big applause and appreciation for Alex Forman. Woo! It's a much longer walk.
Honestly, this is the most hard-hitting, jubilant, like, I love Luke so much. Sorry, I'm just going to keep going. Sorry.
Really? Yeah, really. We don't do that on the podcast normally, but that's new. Hello, Alex.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Oh, look at that. How rich.
Oh,
rich
how you doing, all right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us again, actually, because we've met before. We've already done one episode as an interview episode with you where we were talking about Loki Season 2. So you play Behemoth.
I do indeed.
Yes.
Can't get rid of the character, boy.
Hands up if you've seen Loki or Loki Season 2.
Straight up over there, fantastic.
Yeah, amazing.
Right at the back there.
Oh yeah,
we've
got a strong hand. We've got an uber Tom Hiddleston fan back there as well. So, Alex, we're going to talk about Loki. We're going to talk about all things Loki Season 2 as well, but particularly kind of your involvement within the show. But first things first, give us a little introduction about you, Alex Forman. Who are you?
Who am I? Who is the man, the myth? I started acting, a bit of a cliche, in a drama group when I was younger, Fame Theatre, which is in Dovercourt.
Anybody knows Harwich and Dovercourt? What like that down there? I'm staying with my granddad who talks like this. All right, Alex. Ever so slightly on the her. I did stuff like did a showcase. I did Oliver Twist. I wanted to play Fagin, but I got cast as Mr. Bumble. Typecast. It's a casting I can't seem to escape. The chubby guy. And sort of then went to college, and then I trained at drama school, went to East 15 acting school. Big up the East 15. Very method school. I was very glad when that period of time was behind me. Then I just worked in a lot of theatre, did a lot of touring. The first big job I had, I sort of did a national tour of The Jungle Book. I played Baloo the Bear. I really, really enjoyed that. And then I sort of did lots of immersive theatre in London, went to Hong Kong, and I played Big Bob in Fight Club. Anybody who knows Fight Club? But I played him like a Glaswegian, not the American Meatloaf style. And I didn't need to wear the fake bra as well because, that's what it says on the tin. The guy who's the director was like, you know what, we don't need to put that bra on you because you've got the right chest for this character. I said, thank you, mate. I don't want to take that as a backhand compliment. You've got moves. And then I started to do a lot of commercials, did lots in 2019. I got my first sort of big sort of TV role in The Nevers, which kind of flopped. It was on HBO. It just was doing so well. And then the last episode hit, and everybody thought they tuned into the wrong programme. Because it went super futuristic, and I'm going, what's going on here? Is this the wrong show? Are we on the right thing? It was Josh Whedon, so he'd written it and done and directed it, I played this sort of gang member, a purist, and we got arrested and sort of shouting abuse at the main characters.
Has anyone watched The Nevers? Have we got any?
Exactly.
I see.
I arrest my case. And then sort of in 2022, that was when I booked Loki.
Wow.
I mean, so talk to us about that. So let's start at the beginning. It's the best place to start. With getting the audition. What was the audition like?
Whoa.
Hello.
Let's go further back than that.
Oh, okay.
Just a disclaimer for the people in the audience. I'm looking at one of them right now who may never have seen Loki. He's got a mischief. He's a very funny character. He's a superhero. And there has been 2 series television programme. It's fantastic. Anyway, enough backstory. Sorry about
very good.
Matt.
No, fair play. Alex, talk to us about the audition with the MCU. What was it like? Is it as grand as I would only can hope it would be?
Well, it's very top secret. You know, something comes through from your agent and it says, you know, this is for a Marvel project. It's shooting. And you just they're very mysterious, like in the script it was Locke, or Loke, it was Locke, and I mean, I'm dyslexic, so I didn't really know what that name meant. And then it said another name for the other guy with that character.
Right.
And they just said, my agent was just like, you're at this big fair thing, you bump into the 2 main characters and you have this confrontation. That's all I was told, and that's all I had to go on. Luckily, my friend who was living in LA at the time, did the other character very British and posh, which I think really helped. And then I wanted to do something. Like I'm not sure about the voice or just to do a general American. My friend said, "Look, Al, this is Marvel, right? Even Cumberbatch is camping it up and making it a little bit." So I was like, I'm just going to do the voice I did for Baloo.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going to do that. So I was like, "Hey, clown, you stepped on my foot." So I did it like that, and my friend was like, "That's you. That's what you do. You bring characterful voices. You're big. You're strong." I just wore a nice tight T-shirt and did all the right things for the audition. But it was a tape. Didn't go in and meet anybody. Did all of that and sent an ident saying my height and where I was, and then I think sort of 5 days later, you get told you're on a pencil. And a pencil means hold the phone, put your life on hold, because we might want you, we might not want you. And it means you're basically it's between you and someone else.
Yeah.
Normally at that stage, 3 of you, 2 of you. And then I remember being on a tram in Manchester, because that's where I was living at the time, and I saw this email, and my agent said, "You've got the Marvel job." And I went, "Oh my God!" It just like roared, and everyone around said, "I'm so sorry, everybody. I've just found out I've got cast in the Marvel project." You're not supposed to tell anybody.
Confidentiality straight up. NDA ripped up.
But it was a beautiful moment because everybody was there was a blog going, "Oh man, get in there, solid son." And I was just like, everybody just shared. They don't know me. I was a stranger, but in that one moment, we'd had the pandemic, and I just think everybody. It was just a lovely, piece of humanity moment. A load of humans being happy for another human being. So that was pretty much the audition process. Didn't have to go through all these different stages. It was like the take was good enough, and they offered me the job for that.
Amazing. Testament to how good you did it then. There we go.
So, yeah, so...
Look
at that.
Absolutely fantastic.
Didn't get that
my
introduction,
storytelling
did we?
skills.
But that's
My accent.
yes, yeah, absolutely. And so, fast forward, so you had the audition, you get your role, you get the script, and then day one of filming, and we spoke about this when you joined us on the podcast. It was quite a special, interesting, unique experience. But yeah, to talk us through that kind of day one massive production.
Well, I've been in and out of London before day one a lot. They wanted to meet me, all these costume fittings. It was a great thing. I loved everything, building up to that first day on set. But I kind of built up in my head, with a name like Behemoth, I've got to be some secret reveal or something. And I kind of, whether the ego or something had got the better of me, I just convinced myself that, you're coming in and you're going to be a big deal here. So I walk onto set and I start walking and going, testing the acoustics. And I pick up 2 chairs and start as I'm going to start throwing them around. And all these crewmen are like looking at this, go, who the hell is this guy? Who's this bloke? I tell you where I am, I'm Behemoth. And yeah, for me, I felt like that it was a strong way to come at the process.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what day I could be going toe to toe. I knew I had a scene with the big dogs. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff I had to film where I was just in the world.
Right.
All of the, if you've seen the show, there's electricity and time, Kang, that variant of him in that period, 1893.
Yeah.
I was in all the scenes with him in that place when he did his tour.
What episode was that?
1893.
Is that episode 3?
It is.
Yeah.
And they told me I was in episode 4, The Liars.
Oh.
Getting everybody prepared for episode 4.
Yeah, well,
and everyone's missed your episode. That's a bit of a stinger.
Well, I saw because they were releasing it at night, and I wanted to have a big thing and get the family and sit there, and I was like, God, 1893. Well, wait a minute, but they're all in period of time. Well, that must be the one I'm in. So I just sat there late at night watching it like that on my puff in my living room, just. Oh no, where's he come? Where is he? And it was what it looked like in my head wasn't what it ended up being on the screen.
Yeah.
Because they put me on a box. And I'm thinking, I'm going to be a big reveal. I'm going to be like 7'5", 8 foot. They did it for the reverse.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it was just...
When you look at the reverse, Hiddleston's looking up at me like looking at a skyscraper.
Yeah.
And then in the shot, I'm about probably 5 or 6 inches taller than him. See? You don't know these things. You don't know what they're... Yeah.
Talking about the big dogs, Mr. Hiddleston, what was it like working with Tom? You got to work with Owen as well, didn't you?
I did, yes. I did. Owen was hilarious. I'm in this cage. I don't want to spoil it, but it's not a big spoiler in terms of story or anything. But I'm in this cage with 5 pigs. They're my co-stars for the night. And Owen Wilson, he just goes by and he says, "You're really American, man?" And I'm going, "No, I'm English." I was like, "I'm weird." And then he kind of, in between takes, he comes over to the side of the cage and goes, "So Alex, where are you from in England?" And I was like, "Well, Owen," I said, "I'm from a place in Essex. It's on the coast. It's lovely. It's Harwich and Dovercourt." "Right, okay. Well, I've been to Brighton. Is it anywhere near Brighton?" I'm like, well, no, it's on the same side of the country, but it's not near Brighton. Oh, right, okay. So where's your mom from, Alex? And I'm just thinking, it's a real moment here. Like, I said, well, she's from Kent. Oh, I said, it's beautiful. It's the Garden of Eden. You've got to go. And then Tom Hiddleston's coming back round. I'm like, Tom, have you not told Owen about Kent and how beautiful it is? No. I'm like, where are you from, Tom? I'm from Oxford. And then he just sort of carries on by, and I'm just like, this is one of them pinch myself moments. But Owen asking me about my family backstory, and I'm saying about, and he's like, oh yes, I'm from Oxford. Yes, he's exactly as you'd think he would be.
Yeah.
But he's a lovely fellow, Mr. Hiddleston.
Nice.
What about it was
What was Hiddleston like?
Yeah, Hiddleston. Yeah.
Well, I'd done my research on him, and I wanted to be complimentary of his work. And everybody's like sucking up to the team of, oh, you're amazing as Loki in Avengers. I'm like, come on. I was like, I knew I'd seen one of his films, and I loved it. He played Hank Williams, and I knew that he'd learnt to yodel because I'd seen a Graham Norton interview. And I said and I also, when I first met him and he come up and shook my hand, I said, we only get one life, and the second one begins. And he finished off the quote. He was like, and the second one begins when you realise you only have one. And I was like, oh, wow, we're in Compatico here. I've fallen in love. And yeah, he's very charming. But I felt like he'd met his match in me because I was charming to him. And I said, I love the role where you played Hank Williams. So do you want to know why? He said, why? I said, because you learned to yodel. He said, yes, I did. And I was just like, I had him at hello. There he is. And I said to him, I said, you've got great eyes as well. I said, they're the money maker, aren't they, Tom? And he said, yes. He said, but you have beautiful eyes too, Alex.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, is he flirting with me right here? He's married, right? Okay, what's going on?
Did you go for a meal after? Or?
Yeah, I said, Tom, I always joke about this now. I share things on my reel, and he's going, I love you with all abundance. He's reading some poetry thing, and I was like, this is what Tom used to say to me on set. Tom, leave me alone. It's been a year or two, like, joke around with my friends. I'm just like, oh yeah, I just got back from London, had dinner with Owen and Tom. Great, yeah, whenever they're in town, we get together.
I tell you what, I'm going to hang about in Brighton just in case you take Owen.
There he is. Oh, sighted in Brighton, Jack Black.
Oh,
what a dinner party. Owen Wilson and Jack Black.
Loud old dinner party.
Yeah,
that was a great.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But no, Tom was, look, the way I see it is, I felt like, people had told him a lot about me and how flamboyant or characterful I was. And, he's an executive producer. So I think he knows it's, his role for morale. And if it's just a really professional thing. If you know you've got a scene coming up with somebody and you want it to be good, then you might as well just be polite and get on.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? I just think people who look at you as if you're just like, please, don't talk to me when we're... I think people like that, they let it all go to their heads. And it's actually counterproductive, I think, for a production.
Absolutely.
We're all there. I am your equal. We have a scene. We're colleagues. That's how I see it.
So obviously fast forward a bit, we have found out quite recently about a certain Robert Downey Jr. Re-entering the frame as
I had
Dr.
no idea
Doom.
about that.
I know. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts on that, actually, Pete. It'd be interesting.
And do you think a similar future might be in store for yourself, Alex? Well, do you think we'll see you as a...
I'm on Team Doom. I don't even think they knew they would do that until a couple of weeks before they announced it.
I agree.
It was strange. I mean, I felt like on set, the way that, when I'd say certain things like, I've done small roles before and I know, it's, you come in and you make this, they make the stars look really good. And the lady who was head of base camp just looked at me and was like, no, I need to get you the script. And I would say and ask questions and say like, because they didn't give me my script properly until on the day. They were like, but the lines, you're going to do the same dialogue you did for the tape. But then I spoke to one of the people who was there's loads of ADs, all these assistant directors, and I was talking to him at my trailer, and I was just like, is there a reason why I'm being kept so in the dark? And he was like, well, just on certain characters, we have to keep things top secret. And I'm like, It's just so cryptic. I was just like, if I'm not important, just tell me.
I would probably say that's because in case you sit on a tram in Manchester and shout,
Oh my God! He's dead. He didn't say the project on the tram. It was just Marvel. No, I mean, look, you know, you never know what they're planning.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And, you know, I was feeling a little bit down afterwards as soon as we finished shooting, and I just was talking to the makeup artist, and I just said to her, God, I want to do this every day of my life. I love it so much. And she looked dead in the mirror at me and she said, and you will, Alex? And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, well, we'll see. She's like, we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out then, won't you? And I was like, what? Oh, I was like, I've heard so many cryptic messages now. And I think you just have to... Oh, the phone fell off. Hey, Instagram.
I didn't realise you were actually doing it
No,
live.
I was not.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We're live on Instagram.
Goodness. Yes.
I just think with Marvel, you know, they're never going to tell you, and you have just got to live your life. You have to carry on and just focus on all the, you know, I'm writing a script right now, a comedy script, and developing it with a producer I met last year on a BBC show. Like, I'm trying to write my own destiny here. Like, you know, you can't wait around for a part that could come back or might not. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it did muck with my head a little bit because I kind of I wanted to know who I was, right? And all they told me was, it is Loki season 2 and that's it. They didn't tell me anything. When I asked on the phone, sorry, we can't tell you nothing. So I'm researching on the internet for hours on end. And I don't know if I'm sure you know, the definition of insanity is when you do the same thing over and over again, but get the same answer. So I kind of drove myself a little bit insane before the part. And I think I told you boys, I have bipolar. So I got into that sort of mindset of just becoming quite manic about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, if you're going to step onto a set, I mean, one of the biggest companies you could work for are Disney, right? I mean, that's what I mean. Any Hollywood production's big, but Disney are like seen as the big dogs of keeping Hollywood alive at the moment. So, yeah.
Talk to us a bit about the, we've had the experience about the character, about working with Tom and Owen, but actually when it came to the scene and being on set and stuff, and how long did that take? So it sort of took part in is it like a little community sort of space where Victor Timely was doing the experiment at the time? And then you have an altercation, don't you?
Marvel are very, I mean, I don't know if it's just Loki's approach, and maybe this is why the show's so good, but it's very immersive when they shoot. So they will run a scene for about 2 minutes, and the camera will follow the actors. So Timely will do his whole speech, they'll have a camera set up at the back, and then there'll be a follow cam on him, and they will play the scene out, and as he goes into the crowd, he shakes people's hands. What's her name, the character with Miss Minutes and... I should know this.
Ramona, yeah.
It's Renslayer.
Renslayer.
She's in the crowd all dressed up in period attire, and he then talks to her, then the Baron says his thing, then the one he's paying off, the Pennyworth guy, says, oh, I must have your invention as well. And all of that's playing out, and when I watched it back, I could see the top of my hat. I was there. Because I was thinking, what was the point in me being there for all 3 days? But the lady said, when I went out to the toilet, I said, where are you going, Alex? We need you on set. I said, I just need to go to the bathroom. She was just like, well, we need you in there because the other actors need to play off of you. Because it's true, these people, there's lots of people in there, but they're sporting artists. And they need, the way they obviously like to do it is they like to have the professional actors in there radiating lots of large energy, so Timely can play off of that. So if I'm drunk and I'm stumbling around and I'm going, oh yeah, like that'll work, he's got something to play off, you know, and another actor's aura and energy. So that's how they were shooting. Like, I'd be in the cage and I just was like staying drunk. And when I come to sit down in the bar on the last night, one of the supporting artists, when I sat down, they're like, oh, Alex, this is Bohemian. And he goes, oh yes, the drunkard. I just looked at him and I thought, do you really think I'm drunk? Am I doing my job that well? Because he was proper moody about it. He was like, oh yeah, the drunk. I was like, I'm not one of those method actors that just neck half a bottle of whiskey and that was it. I was just like, once I'm in that zone and I'm drunk and I'm in the, with the pigs, I like to stay in that, and they get me out of the thing to give me my legs a stretch. But when to me, I love what I do, right? I want to escape into this character of make-believe for as long as I can and be in the world. And then when I step off set, that's it. I'm back to being Alex. I'm not one of these, he made me laugh, he did. Kang, what's his name? Jonathan Majors. We're having a break, and you can hear this. And I'm going, what in the Lord, baby Jesus, is that? And they go, oh, that's Jonathan. I said, what's he doing? Oh, he's got his speaker. He likes to listen to his classical music in between takes. I said, well, what about the poor sound man that's had 3 hours kit? He don't want to hear La Luce right there. And it's like, as soon as he gets out the car, we don't know who Jonathan is. It's like, Kang gets out the car in the morning, and then Kang goes in the car at night. And I just think, how pathetic. No, but everyone's got their process, and I just think, there was a moment where I was overcome with a bit of emotion, and he kind of just sort of tapped out and was like, is everything all right? Everything all right? I was like, oh, there is a man in there. There is a human in there. But everyone's got their process, but I feel like in Hollywood, it's like put on a grand shelf, and it's put on a pedestal, and it's like, I bet you he'd be just as good if he just cut character and had a chat.
Yeah, of course.
But I think he had something tangible. He's a very talented actor, and I think sometimes probably they worry if they come out of it they'll lose it.
Yeah.
And the final shooting. This is how it. This is a hell of a memory. My scene that you see where he bumps into me was the very last scene we shot of the entire season. So I'm there for hello everybody. It's been an amazing shoot. Thank you so much. Right,
You've arrived that day.
I've arrived. I'm here. I'm in Hollywood. But the guy there was a brilliant AD, worked on Cleopatra at Pinewood. He'd done so much. He was 89, and we had this thing, and he goes, Alex, say something. And I'm going, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hat Tom's face wasn't happy. And please put your hands together for everybody on Team Architect, because they have to call it another name. It can't be called Loki because it's all top secret.
Wow.
And I did that, and it was amazing. I was on a high, I really was.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. But the way we did that scene was I was drinking and being jolly and clinking glasses, and then bang, as soon as he bumps into me, the whole room stops. And in that one moment, I'm looking into Tom's eyes, beautiful eyes, and he's looking into my beautiful eyes. And we're just giving each other the dialogue, and it's there. And the director was so complimentary. I gave him a little gift and thank you card. I said, Alex, you've been absolutely charming. It's been lovely. It's been so nice to work with you. And when I told my friend this, he's like, oh, well, they say that to everybody. I said, shut up. I said, I don't want to hear that. I said, I want to feel special.
Amazing. Fantastic. So we don't get to normally do this,
No, we don't.
and I'm very excited to. But we would love to have some questions for Alex from yourselves in the audience here. So if any of you have any questions, we might have some budding actors, we might have some Loki fans.
Yeah.
Is there any questions that we can take from the floor? Don't be shy. We'll be using you after the break. It's interactive. Hello.
I'm coming to you.
Oh my
I'm coming
God,
to
we've
you.
got a roaming mic.
We've got a long call, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Can we take a question from Sky News first, please? Thank you. We'll go to the BBC after. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. My name's Sherry, and I did Oliver in Oliver Twist, the main character.
Oh, brilliant.
Who did you say you played?
I played Mr. Bumble. More boy!
I didn't think you would, because I thought you'd get the nasty one, you know.
Bullseye, you come here now, Bullseye. Funny, I want to play Fagin, but yeah, I'm 6'5" and I've got like firm eyes. So I expect Bill Sykes is my casting, isn't it? Yeah, with the dog. Thank you very much. I hope. Did you enjoy doing Oliver?
Come on back, Sarah. Come on, back there. We've got to get the content for the podcast.
I've done so many characters though, but yeah, I enjoyed playing Oliver.
It's a great musical, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You got to pick a pocket or two.
Yeah.
Ideas.
Fantastic.
I should do a one-man Oliver.
You should. I mean, now people would pay. I'd pay good money to see that quite often. Any other questions? Oh, we've got one at the front and one at the back in a minute.
I'm Freddie, and my question is, how many years have you been doing acting?
So, professionally, I have been an actor now. I graduated from drama school in 2013. So I've been professionally acting now for about 11 and a half years. And in that time, I've done 65 jobs, which is pretty good statistics as an actor because, as Forrest knows, it's sometimes you might get one job a year, maybe not one. So, and before I had done drama school, as I said, I've been acting I started doing schools at year 6. So I think I've been acting since the age of 11. So that's what, 22 years of my life, 21 years, something like that. It's quite a long time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amazing. Lovely question. Thank you. We had a question right at the back.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to lose the stones, mate. Watch me absolutely make no effort to go out and do it myself.
This is how it goes in the podcast.
Oh, how dare you!
Don't worry, Forrest, I'm doing it for you.
Run, Forrest.
This is as far as it will go.
Stretching.
Straight on wires.
Get to the mic.
Hello. I was wondering if you were allowed to take anything from the set.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
The answer to that question is I wanted to make the cut. So I wasn't going to rob anything from the set. You can only really do that if you are Hiddleston or Owen Wilson or Tom Hanks. What I would have loved to have kept was the hat. Probably the whole outfit, so I could turn up to Comic Cons and just sort of be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Unfortunately, tell a lie. I told you about a T-shirt, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
You did.
The first day, as soon as I turned up, the guy who had to come in and give me all the security briefing on the photos, I turned up in a Avengers T-shirt, a hat. Hey there, I'm so happy to be here. Such a fan. And he was just like, you're a big fan, aren't you? I said, how can you tell? And he was like, well, we've just worked on Secret Invasion. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you a T-shirt. So, and it said, I don't want to swear because the kids are out, but it said something about being a badass mother. Because it's got, what's his name on there, Samuel L. Jackson. I had all these names, yeah. So, that's my workout. I wear that to the gym.
Amazing.
I suppose that was a souvenir I was able to take away. Just wasn't of Loki, fortunately.
That's amazing.
I've got a question on the old Instagram.
It's interactive with the World Wide Web, everybody.
This is from Lights Camera Rant, a good friend Lee. He's also a wonderful podcaster.
Hello, Lee.
Check out Lights Camera Rant. He's an Australian podcaster. He's amazing.
Hello.
He has asked, this question. Is Don't Be a Hero podcast the best podcast you've been a guest on?
I've done a few, and I'm more than happy to do another one.
There you go.
I'm open. My schedule is open, but not that open. I've done a couple of podcasts. Some talking a bit about my mental health and other ones, but the boys have been so friendly, and the banter's great, and and I love superhero stuff. I'm such a fan. I love watching their videos as well, it's nice. I feel like these are my people.
Oh, isn't he lovely?
Thanks, Lee. Thank you for that question. Lovely question there, Lee. Yeah, really nice. Do we have any other questions?
We're getting confident now.
We're getting rolled up now.
Hurry up, focus on your job, Matt. Come on.
Where are we going first?
We will go. I saw this.
We're going to go. That's all right.
We're down the line.
Hello. How did you first get into film, like acting in film?
So,
Good question.
a good route to get into film is doing short films. and I did quite a few of them via this website called mandy.com, which anybody can be on, and they haven't had to have been to drama school. But I'd say a route that has really probably helped me get into the film and television big leagues is commercials. A lot of actors like, no, sorry to their agent, I don't do commercials. And to those people, I'm like, what an idiot. Because it's an opportunity for you to work with a director. It's an opportunity for you to work on a set. You could do an advert, which I did. My first ever one was for Now TV. It was in cinemas. I got to do a stunt, smash through it. They had a Hollywood stunt guy there. I said, no. I said, I'm like Tom Cruise. I do my own stunts. They were ready to pad this guy up, make him look fat, put a fake beard on him. I said, well, that's a way to go and humiliate a guy, isn't it? You know? So, and that was another thing, I got to keep wrestling boots. And I'm a wrestler. And they're very expensive. So yeah, commercials is a really good route into doing TV, because I think a lot of, if you've got 4 commercials, a casting director will see that as experience. It won't go against you, it will go for you.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice, amazing. Lovely.
Oh,
Yeah, and we'll go middle and then, or left and then middle. I'll leave it to Matt.
All right.
We've gone for left. There we go.
I'm so sorry. This is happening again.
Oh, look at this.
It's not the droid you're looking for.
I think this is the most important question that everyone wants to know. What was the advert you two did together?
Oh.
Very good.
Indeed. Lovely question there.
Go on.
So we were both in. Do you know what? For some stupid reason, I just second guess where I could talk about it. It's been out for years.
Of course you can talk about it. It's on TV for like 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. Jackpot Joy. We're both in a commercial for Jackpot Joy alongside the wonderful Paddy McGuinness.
And a legendary old woman, an old elderly lady who's been in every advert since the beginning of time.
Big shout out to Mo. I think she's a big fan. No, she's not, but if she was,
I just saw her recently on Cash for My Car, whatever it's called. I don't know. What's that one?
Oh.
Where they dance in front of a car. Will you buy any car?
Look at that.
That lady's a fan.
Live audience. It's good, isn't it? We can get answers straight away.
That's what you need.
Amazing. Lovely Mo. It was great. It was
Your co-star was an inflatable.
Oh my God, yeah. All you get of me is the back of my head. Right at the end of the advert, but good old Anna.
I'm hugging some guys called Robbie Curran, who's been in a programme called The Cleaner at Christmas with the big Greg Davis. He was my co-star, and he's literally just hugging me, and I'm just sort of patting him in a gym like that. So, yeah, I mean, some of these adverts you do, when you're on set, you kind of go, oh, hi, you again. Because there seems to be, people say you have a commercial look, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shame. Mine lasted 1 commercial. I'm still holding out for another. But yeah, no, it was good. That's that answered.
One last question.
Another question in the middle.
Here we go.
Up in the jacket.
We'll take one more, and then we've got a break, everybody. Ooh.
Hi, Alex.
Hello!
Hello. Thanks.
There he goes, living with the mic. He trusts you.
You've already displayed like a variety of accents. I wanted to ask about your journey into how you developed your accents and
Okay.
kept on top of them.
I'm a freak. That's the only way to put it. No, so basically, I am a massive Jim Carrey fan, and I suppose, I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear. Or Robin Williams, oh, hello there, dear, you juvenile doubtfire. Or it was a ramby fruiting. Some angry member of the kitchen staff, did you not tip them, dear? It was a terror, was it? Oh, the lines in that film, I need a face. Oh, as you can see, dear, I can't stay with you because I'm not like a snow-coated phoenix. I'll go get Danny for you. So basically, I was that child.
So answer your question.
Yeah, that's it. Questioner. In school, I'm sure you'll all remember, there have been children and they talk with their hands and they're very eccentric and they sound like a medieval time traveller. I was kind of like that as a kid. I was very eccentric and I was obsessed with films and cinema, and I used to get a card from the library. It was an access card, and I suppose I would watch films over and over again and just sit there and mimic and entertain my mum's friends and entertain. I mean, I was that class clown, you know. I did struggle a lot with maths and a lot of subjects, but the one thing I could do was make everybody laugh. And I suppose with the accents, you know, it's interesting because some people might say, oh, well, you know, I do stand up, so I might, you know, do stuff where Chris Tarrant. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Tarrant here, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I've got Boris Johnson on the show. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are we playing for cash? And he'll go, no, Boris, we're playing for charity. Oh, right. Well, I'm a Tory, you see, and I like it when money goes in my pocket. So I do these improv things where and I suppose it's a bit like Robin Williams. Is that he did stand up. He was a trained actor, and I trained in acting. But sometimes when you can't do your acting work, it's great to just go on stage. Anyway, I'm going all the way around the houses here. Basically, yeah, I mimic, and that's how I learn accents. And if I, for example, I got obsessed with like Blood Diamond, so I started listening to Denny Archer. And you know, hearing like, nah, bro, listen, you broke my TV. So if I listen to that, and I suppose then I will pick up the South African, and then if the local fellow, his name's Yogi, and he works in my bakery, and he's like, hi, are you all right? How are you? And I just love it because I can just listen to his voice. And you know, and I did one earlier. I was on set with a guy, right? I spoke like that. And he was a strong man. He was like, mate, do you realise if you lifted, you could seriously like lift way more than I could, like. And I was like,
I don't think that sounds like me at all.
It's you, Forrest.
I think that's an unfair representation of myself.
Yeah, pretty much. He sounded like your father, Forrest. He really did. But that's what I love about this world. There's so many rich characters, and I live now in the northeast because my mum moved up there and my sister. And you know, you listen to the northeast like crack and all right, I'll champion. Oh yeah, they go, I'll read, yeah, read, I'll. So I'm getting better at picking that up now. But the thing I would say to any person who is an aspiring performer or acts with accents, my biggest advice is you've got to just listen to it in your ear all the time. And if you listen to it over and over again, if you've got that kind of a brain, eventually, hopefully, the brain will understand. I mean, I can't explain why my vocal cords can twist and sound like Boris Johnson. I just don't know how that works. Or I think sometimes you can have that freakish talent. It can be there, the gift, but you can't just. You've got to practice. You've got to do it again and again and again. Like I'm playing a Welsh giant very soon in October, and I'll go on a walk for an hour, and I'll just sort of do these monologues where I'll talk, and I'll say, I remember looking over the mountain and my little daughter. We were sat around the fire while my wife was cooking Welsh rabbit, you know, and I'll do these monologues into the backstory. Luckily, there's no one around, because otherwise I look like a bad man talking to himself, and I sort of work on my character walk, just because he's got a hump and he's holding the log. But yeah, so yeah, that's how you do it. You just have to practice, and listen.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Poor ears, everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. And we'll have a round of applause for Alex. He's going to stay with us, hopefully, for the second half of the pod.
Of course I am.
Beautiful. So, if you'd like to take a 10 to 3, that's great time.
Taking a quick break in for grammar.
Yeah, you contain yourself.
We'll be right back after the break. I'm Chris Tarrant on the Don't Be a Hero podcast. I got the name.
Such a fan of the podcast.
I'm such a fan, I forgot the name.
So yeah, take 10 minutes, grab yourself a drink. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 10.
Be a hero. Don't be a hero. Be a hero podcast.
Apologies if you didn't really get a minute to next one.
No.
Get me talking. The thing is, mate, I haven't done a theatre show for like years. I haven't done like, I missed Panto last season because it was so ill with COVID. And when I have a crowd of people, I just go into just the entertainment. I just love doing the voices. And I think you can tell like doing comedy, the way I deliver stuff, I'll go and then I'll pause ever so slightly and go, pathetic. It's what Robin used to do. Couldn't do acting. It's a creative outlet. So, what are we doing in part two?
Hot takes.
I think we've got quite a few. Good. What's a hot take? It's like, what's this happening with this?
People sent messages and questions.
Yeah. Did you have some people watching on there? Yeah, quite a few people came in and out.
Need to get your friend's Australian one.
Yeah.
Superhero night.
He's amazing. He's such a...
I need to do.
He's going to premieres and all sorts.
Wow. Okay, cool. Back on live.
This is.
So are you going to use your
Chaos. Yeah. Yeah.
This one's highly. We're going to get the audience involved a lot in this one, aren't we?
We are. This is your big old half hour. Huge 30 minutes for you guys.
It's your time to shine.
The people up front like, no, do not pick me.
One man, one goal, one mission. I love that guy. Where'd he go?
No.
From a little town, little tortilla boy. Have you seen the one where he does Annie and then he goes, little tortilla boy on the corner of the street. I don't care, get to the chopper. You have to be useful, you know. What did I do?
We need you every week. We need you every week.
Just to
Whatever you're talking about, I just start doing the voices.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So, welcome back to Don't We Hero podcast.
We all back? We've got two.
All of us. Welcome back. There we go. Fab. Thank you so much again for coming along. Hello, Instagram. Welcome back. Hello, Alex. Welcome back. Hello, Matt. Welcome back.
Hello.
That's enough of the welcome backs. So we asked you, and please still get them in if you haven't, your hot takes. I was reminded pre-break that people might think, what is a hot take? And for me, unless I'm wrong, in which case it's really awkward, a controversial opinion that you might hold. So we probably should have said that an hour ago. That would have really helped.
Yes, it might have helped.
Yeah. So let's not pretend that everybody knows the hit language that you do. So controversial opinion in relation to any superhero property. Bob has definitely got one. I'm going to refer to you as Bob. And you'll find out why if you look at his badge. Jedi Bob. So yes, do send in your hot takes / controversial comments on Instagram. We're going to go through some now. Have you got one?
Have I got some? I've got loads.
There is.
Okay,
loads.
right.
You've had to scroll.
I've had to scroll.
You've got that many.
I had to scroll.
Oh.
I had to actually scroll. Okay, so we'll do some on Instagram and then we'll get some of you guys to give you yours as well. I can see that some people have in the audience that have put in theirs already, which is fantastic. So let me go with. Okay. So we're going to say this is from our wonderful local drag queen, Charcuterie. Does anybody know who Charcuterie is? Woo!
Big fan.
Absolute local icon. Okay, so she has said, Superman is incredibly boring and has super low stakes because of all his powers. Now, you might have noticed I'm wearing a Superman hat.
Or Henry Cavill played in Wooden.
Now, okay, so this is at this point now we're going to give our thoughts and then we'll see what your thoughts are as well on that kind of hot take. Now, for me, am a massive Superman fan. So I would go back. The reason why I love Superman so much is that Superman is the comic book symbol of hope, right? The symbol of it. Literally, it's in the crest of the S, right? I grew up watching Christopher Reeve's Superman. Does anybody watch the Christopher Reeves? Right?
I love that.
Yeah.
The person in the back never watches superheroes. She knows that. That's good.
We got some Reeves in Reeves.
And I remember that was kind of like my first exposure to superheroes, effectively. So, and that happened, and that was all amazing. And then Henry Cavill came along and rocked my world.
You're forgetting about the
That's
TV series.
TV series.
With Lois, who she was in Desperate Housewives, the one who played Lois Lane. Do you not remember? I watched that as a kid.
Oh, yes!
Do you not remember that? Yeah.
What was it called?
It was my life as a kid.
Clark and Lois.
Clark and Lois.
This came out of pub quiz. We had a question about Clark and Lois at a pub quiz, which I forgot. You know, earlier today I said I was going to tell you something, but I was going to leave it for the podcast.
Right.
Do you remember?
No.
Cool. Could see that written all over his face. So we, a couple of colleagues and myself, went to a pub quiz on Monday at a very fine local pub called Three Wise Monkeys, who are also supporting Invasion.
They are.
Big up
Yeah,
Three
they
Wise
are.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
So we had a pub quiz, and on the pub quiz we had lots of logos on the sheet. And you had to say exactly what the character was of the logo, or the nearest, like, if you knew the TV show or film, you could say that instead. I, very ashamed of myself, but I would beg anyone to tell me they actually know what it looks like. I got the Guardians of the Galaxy logo incorrect. Well, I basically didn't guess that. And Guardians of the Galaxy, if you haven't listened to our podcast, that is my jam. I love Guardians. I love everything about it. The three movies are the best superhero films, and I defy you to tell me otherwise. But I didn't have a clue. That was the logo of Guardians.
How can you hang your head high in the community of superhero podcasters? You got that wrong. Call yourself a Guardian?
I know, but you know, I did. But Superman was there as well, I believe. But anyway, sorry, long detour. We do this on a podcast. I talk a load of crap, and then Matt brings us back. So bring us back, Matt. Superman, you love him.
I do love Superman, but we'll move on to the next comment.
Oh,
all right.
All right.
Just because I want to go through them. I want to go through them.
Okay.
So Hugh V302, okay, said, "I don't think Secret Invasion is the worst Marvel product. Hands up if you've seen Secret Invasion." Okay, cool. This will go well. There has been much worse. Now, I don't think it is that hated that much.
Dolph Lundgren's Punisher. I'm just thinking of obscure Marvel stuff that they did before Blade.
Nick Fury had a movie.
Yeah, they did that.
Yes, David Hasselhoff.
That's got to be up there.
Yeah, that was it's a genuine thing.
I think I see the Avengers in the sky.
My autistic brain is struggling to keep up with this conversation. I'm like, what? There's names everywhere. Yes, lovely. That sounds. Yes.
Okay, boys. In your opinion,
Secret Invasion.
What do you think is worse than Secret Invasion?
She-Hulk. She-Hulk is worse than Secret Invasion. Anyone agree in the audience?
Anybody?
No. Okay, we're gonna get now. We're getting into controversial. I told you this half an hour might get controversial. Everybody, all right?
People throwing people around.
So I loved this podcast half an hour ago. Never listening again. Yes, I think I would argue She-Hulk.
Yeah, mine's Eternals.
True.
I mean, and this is controversial.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, this is a hot take from an audience member. So I'm going to go straight to him. Reese.
Hello. Hang on. Are we moving to the next hot take?
Yeah, we are.
We're not even getting people's.
No, it works. We've got.
Sorry, Alex. I was going to ask you as well, but
I'm just trying to get up and move.
It's just anarchic.
You do locked to a seat.
I think I did all the speaking.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, Reese. What was your hot take? Which one? I can't.
Come on,
just wasted valuable minutes taking the wire to you.
I understand what
you're
you're
going to read your hot take out, okay? Oh my gosh, you can tell we've practiced this.
Now, I'm so sorry to these
Poor
audience
gentleman's
members
been
on the
bound with
phones.
wire.
It's just like, I came for a podcast.
I thought the Eternals actually did some alright stuff. I thought they executed some plot lines quite well.
Okay, so hands up in the audience who liked the Eternals, and include yourself, Alex. Do you like?
I thought you said who's seen it.
Oh,
We've
seriously?
got an It's Okay. We like it over here. Right, at the back there, why do we like it?
It would have been better standalone.
Yeah.
Oh, that voice carries
that's a good comment.
beautifully. Thank you.
Like the ancient times of like superheroes.
We had It's Okay here. Why is it okay?
I mean, I like the concept of it, but I don't think it's really for me.
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to lead into X-Men or something about in the sea or Mutant Island or something? You know, with the it's supposed to, isn't it? It's supposed to play.
So it's meant to have relation to the Celestials. We've got the big, massive Tiamat right now that's kind of got a hand up in the Earth, the MCU. Well, not this Earth, but Earth 616, and no one's spoken about it for about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Until we've seen it in the trailer as well for Captain America: Brave New World. Has anybody seen the trailer for that? The new Captain America? Yeah.
Yes,
so hopefully we'll get something addressed there. But speaking of Eternals, there was an Eternals 2 in development, which has now been scrapped.
Surprise, surprise, Marvel! Surprise, surprise. Alex, what were your thoughts on Eternals? Have you seen it?
I have, yeah. I just felt like Barry Keoghan was sat in the corner, like just looking grumpy all the time. No, I thought it was like, as I say, it's one of them movies. Like I watched it. I thought it was all right. I left the cinema. I wasn't blown away. Bit like the one with her return.
Oh yeah.
I just wasn't blown away by it. The best thing about it was seeing Hank McCoy. Sorry if I'm spoiler ruining, but yeah, that was the best thing when she cut through into another universe. I just feel like it's just oversat. There's so much going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's a lot. I think with Eternals, I think what I'm most devastated about, and I want everybody to be a little. It's time for the depressed moment now. Is that sadly we do not know whether Harry Styles will ever come back. And that, for me, we had an end credit scene where Harry Styles walks in, and all of us Marvel fans went, "Okay, interesting choice," and never seen again. Thanos' brother, I believe he was.
I'm literally looking this up right now. This is like real time while we're doing the podcast. He says something, I'm like, I gotta look that up.
He's got to look it up. He enters with a troll-like figure, whose name I don't think we get. Anyone?
Eros.
Eros is Harry Styles' character. So Eros comes in with Troll. They walk into the ship as if it's basically Marvel have gone. We realise this film may not have done what we thought it will, so we'll chuck in a mainstream person at the end and hope to God everybody talks about that and not the previous two.
Just put Harry Styles in anything and it'll blow up.
Sort it out. Anyone excited for Harry Styles?
That's the fans have spoken.
I also feel like there might be a couple of people who now I've just bad-mouthed it completely are like, well, better not put my hand up as a Harry Styles fan. I'm a big Harry fan, just not in that. Yes, cool. Anyway, moving on swiftly before I...
We've got one, and this might be somebody from the audience. Jared Leto is the best Joker.
What? Come on.
So this is from Crazy, and this is the other thing, I can't read out Instagram names very well at all because I'm so incredibly dyslexic. Crazy Bartok _Priv.
Is that any of you? And you're not going to admit it now, are you? You put that crap in writing.
Okay, hands up if you've got an opinion about that.
Jared Leto. Bob.
It was you, Bob, wasn't it?
Jedi Bob.
Yeah.
Very quickly, he had his 30 seconds of fame.
He had his 30 seconds of fame,
yeah.
Now he is...
The deleted scenes were the best part that they didn't use. I watched the movie 2-3 times, and I think maybe I realised it wasn't Leto I was going for, it was Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Not because she's so good in it, character-wise.
Yeah.
The plot was not brilliant, but I mean, it was all it's the stuff behind the scenes we hear about, the pigs' heads and the use. Like, He's just, I think he's a
Quite method,
narcissist.
isn't he?
He's very into, I think he's just in love with himself and, you know.
No, I think in total, within the Suicide Squad, I think the Joker was on screen for 5 minutes. I think if you look at the theatrical cut, it's a very small amount of time. Go on, Ed.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that they shot so much footage of that film of all those characters. They could have made a Harley and Joker film,
Yeah.
like standalone. There's a lot we didn't see. If we forget about his reputation and whatever opinions we think of him, screen time wise, we didn't get enough time. But I agree we've had enough time to have a kind of opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
What
Nice.
we do know is that by what Alex has told us about Jonathan Majors, Jonathan and Jared would have a great time on set.
They'd have a field day together.
Chop my finger off, Jared. Do it.
I got out the car an hour earlier than you. I got 5 speakers in my trailer.
Yes. I definitely not. Heath, all of the way. Heath fans? We've got Heath fans. Yeah, there we go. That's the proper Joker. That's
not many Nicholson, not many people like they kind of forget. But
Oh, Nicholson was great. Yeah.
Listen here,
Jack
kid.
Nicholson was brilliant. Yeah, who's got a comment here? Yeah, go on. Let's talk about Jack Nicholson.
well, no, not well.
We found the key to this
Probably
lady.
just, oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's her comments. Yes, yes, yes.
It's the one where he's dancing, thingy, and he's throwing all the bit. It's just brilliant.
Oh, so insane.
Yeah, maniacal. Yeah, so good. Yes.
Insane but stylish.
It's the hat like yours. You got. Yeah, pop him.
I think Nicholson was the embodiment of what I think the comic book because he's large, he's characterful. So, but what we've seen in like contemporary cinema is actors turn it so gritty and natural and real, which is kind of a bit dangerous or weird because. I always like that Joker what's the cartoon? It's Mark Hamill. To me, that's the epitome of the Joker. It's larger than life. It's like, oh, don't be silly, Betsy. There's just a campness to it. There's an edgy, but it's comic book. Yeah, a campness, yeah. Whereas, don't get me wrong, I love Heath Ledger, and he is my favourite Joker, and I've got artwork and figures all over my house. Because I think what he did was he was the first one to break the mould, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
It was groundbreaking what he did.
Yeah.
And I think we're going way back to the beginning of the podcast when we mentioned the Amazing Spider-Man. Now I think, and we mentioned this when we spoke about it, I think what went wrong, or in my view, for the Amazing Spider-Man, is that if you look at The Dark Knight and you see how you can achieve a gritty, dark superhero movie which everybody can watch, The Amazing Spider-Man had the grit, had the darkness, but just didn't jam. It didn't work as a cohesive. It wasn't light enough for Spider-Man, for certain, so they went for a grittiness, but they didn't achieve it because, you compare The Dark Knight.
Do you know what I think makes The Dark Knight so great? Hardly any CGI.
Oh, yeah. And that's Christopher
What makes
Nolan's
the Lord of the Rings
idea,
trilogy, the original one, so good? 500 CGI shots compared to 2,000. And that's it.
Yeah.
We want, and like this whole AI coming in, man. You watch an AI movie, we're going to walk out 5-10 minutes in because there's no human energy there. There's no aura. It'll be dead. It'll be lifeless.
And on that note,
next one, another hot take.
It's dead.
So let's make our last hot take before we then go into some trivia. But this is from Don't Think Act podcast, which is Ed's podcast.
Oh,
follow
good
Ed's
shout.
podcast. Now, Ed,
Very
do you want to
good.
say it or do you want me to say it? Oh, thanks, mate.
He's like, I didn't put it.
It's impossible for the MCU to return to its peak of Infinity War / Endgame. Brilliant hot take. Thoughts?
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I
want to know.
Here we go. Take the mic, Ed.
Into the mic, Ed, for the recording. Cheers, mate.
It's purely for debate purposes. I think we are overloaded now with too much. It's quantity over quality. Over the recent years, we've had an abundance. We've had a bit of a break, but then next year we've got 3 films, and then how many series is coming out next year? I think there's is it Ironheart?
I think 2 are confirmed.
Daredevil.
Another What If.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, and at first it's appealing. Like, quite a few of us here are from a time when there was hardly any superhero content. Like, you've got a Superman once every so many years, Batman, and now it's like every other year. It's like there's loads of stuff. So I'm grateful that we're now living in a time where this stuff, you know, we're not being beaten up for liking this stuff anymore. Let's be grateful for that. But at the same time, it's like there's no quality going into this. It's just like Disney are a machine, as we know. So just great comment. So if anyone has a different opinion,
If you think about it, the first time they were building up to it, it'd never been done before.
Yeah.
It was all new. It was all exciting, and we all knew it was going to go somewhere, but no one knew where it was going to go. To me, I feel like the Secret Wars is just trying to do part 2, but yeah, it just they just think all we want to see is a bunch of heroes get together, loads of them from all these different things, see some mutants we haven't seen before and see them all fight. But actually, why don't they sit down, like when Disney actually created something new? I know this isn't superhero based, but like when they took a chance and made Frozen, look at what happened. Yeah. Kids all over the world now, like how much money or how much, and then the glory comes after it. But it seems like they don't want to take the risk. You know, they're just playing it too safe.
Agreed. I think what we're getting into now is that very much, if you look at what they're about to do with the Avengers, brought the Russo brothers back, and I think what Disney are going to do is they're going to go, look, we got the money, so we're going to chuck a load of money at a particular film that we know will work because it's called the Avengers, and we can shove a load of characters in it. EA, same with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think all of the who is the Avengers? Yeah. That's the question, because we haven't seen any for ages. Yeah, but exactly that. But I think all of the things in between, they'll take a punt on, and they'll go, look, we don't need the money, so we're going to chuck out the things in between that might not be successful, but they might work, see what washes, see what doesn't. And then as long as they've got a big hitter every 2 years, they'll go, right, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
And I think, sadly, we've got to that point, and we will never go back to the glory days.
I had a theory that Loki was going to be the leader of the new Avengers because of the God Quarry and all of him reaching the end of time in the comics.
Yeah.
I thought that meant, because I never knew where they were going to go with the show. And then you see the show and it's like, oh, okay, well that might, they have put him somewhere now where anything could still happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very up in the air. Very up in the air. It feels as well, from my standpoint, is that, I think we as a fan base all need to accept it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be that kind of same level of excitement. But the one thing that they can do and can replicate and make sure that they get this in now is just decent storytelling. Because there hasn't been decent storytelling, really solid storytelling since the end of Phase 3, we'd say. Now we've had all like the announcements with Doomsday, Secret Wars, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. We can talk about that in a minute. They now need to work really hard at threading all these stories together, because I think that's one of the things that they did so well in that first, was being able to kind of thread all these stories into these different franchises, different movies, different projects, to then culminate to something else. And that's what they're threading for us now. We know that Secret Wars is going to be the big end of kind of endgame kind of level. So we need to kind of justify all of that to get to that point. But they're running out of time. That was 10 years of storytelling. This is coming out, 2027?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So by that time, we'll have the iPhone 555.
I think so, mate, yeah.
It will actually take a decent camera shot, apparently. yeah, apparently. Yeah, really good. 2 cameras instead of 1.
So, I tell you what, as that, Robert Downey Jr. is back into the MCU, ... question mark, your thoughts. Ooh. Yeah, go on.
Oh, come on, Bob. Hit us with the facts.
Well, I know you guys have talked about this, but I'm old school like you guys, and I was extremely blipped off when Chris Evans, who played the Human Torch, suddenly became Captain America, and I'm like, well, that's wrong. And now that Robert Downey Jr. is now playing Doom, I'm like, no, that's wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
It feels like they're scrambling, but that's just my comment. That's my thoughts. I mean, there's our other actors.
It's but it's the risk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They were willing to put it all out on the line with a guy who was pretty unknown, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
It's personal. I can tell you now, every day I was watching geeky videos talking about Jonathan Majors, where it was at, what was, because I was scared it was going to get cut.
Yeah.
The series was going to just, because they filmed so much with him in. But I think that it's just obvious they're thinking, right, we go back to the guy who started it all, who is the one that everyone loves the most, rather than take that chance with an unknown actor.
Yeah.
Controversially, what I hope they do from it is they actually go, look, this will be the end of the current MCU. They're going to bring him back. They'll finally nip it in the bud, do a couple of Avengers films, and go, look, from now on, we'll do one-offs series. There might be occasional times where a cameo of an old favourite comes back, but there will be no universe, and they won't bill it like that. That's what I kind of hope happens, because actually for me it brings that full circle, and it doesn't, in 20 years after that they'll bring it back again, I'm sure they will.
Come round to the back. Here we go.
Oh, this is so nice to have different people's perspectives.
Or Ruth, you're going to have to close that.
Come on, Reese.
I think the Robert Downey Jr. thing, they're kind of treating the symptoms, and I know it's going back to kind of the previous bit, but there are still so many plot lines that haven't been solved. I know you just said about Hank McCoy at the end of Marvels and all this, but are we ever going to see Hank McCoy? Young Avengers has been teased like 5 times. We saw Kate Bishop 4 years ago now, or something crazy like that. There are so many plot lines, and what Infinity War did so well, there were no questions left unanswered at the end of that saga, and now I don't think they're going to be able to answer all the questions and be able to solve all of it.
Yeah, great.
Oversaturation.
We have other comments. Emily, would you ever? Yeah, thank you so much. If you come around, this poor person at the front doesn't have to be attacked by wire anymore.
Hello. I'm not like a massive fan. Like, I don't know loads and loads, but I enjoyed like the big films, like a lot of people did, and that he's so linked to being Iron Man. I'm like, if I then didn't sit in the film and would watch that, and if Reese hadn't told me anything, I'd be like, oh, what's happened? Have I missed something out?
Yeah.
Like, who's this bloke? Has he changed or whatever? So I just think they might be sticking to like who they know, but I just don't think it was a good plan for PR-wise to get everyone who's like on the fringe of it. We enjoy it from like popular point of view and not like super involved, but we like to go see it. We'll be sitting there going, oh, I just feel like I've missed something out. Like, this makes no sense.
He's alive again.
So I think they've like cut down their audience.
I think they'll end up connecting him. They're going to have to. They're just going to have to, because what you've just said, too many people are going to say that's Iron Man. It's going to have to be connected in some way, turn dark.
Yeah, multi-universe kind of thing. The other theory, read it on a Pinterest, not a Pinterest, what am I chatting about?
Reddit.
Reddit, thank you. A couple of weeks ago on the podcast, where there was one comment saying that what if they don't show Doom's face and it's just the mask of Doom?
What's the point then?
Exactly.
Just
exactly.
hire anybody. If you're not going to see him, you're not looking at an outfit and go, Christ, our DJ's got a hell of a pair of legs on it.
That's definitely our DJ's
What a
legs.
waistline that guy's got. Love that. I'm glad they brought that back. About bloody time we had his waistline back. Mad.
But they've chosen Doom because he's really connected to the Secret Wars storyline.
Yeah.
Is it, out of interest, any hands for, we won't come up to, but any hands up for people who are happy that he's back? Whoa.
Wow.
Righty, we are splitting the teams.
I'm on the fence. I said this a few weeks ago. I am completely on the fence. Absolutely adore him as an actor. I think we as a fan base can all see through what they're doing. And I think they need to not pretend that we don't know that. I think they need to kind of adjust. They need to just be honest, really. Say, look, we're bringing him back in, because everything's going a bit, awry right now. But we have to wait and see. Trust the process. The Russo brothers are back. Love the Russo brothers. They're very good at storytelling, so hopefully they'll do it some justice.
Yeah. And for anyone who has got to this point and gone, Christ, they're just talking about Marvel and DC, my worst dreams have come true. I am really looking forward to Lilo and Stitch St John's. So really looking forward to that. That looks good. Hell of a character.
Love that.
Anyway.
Shall we just for the last 10 minutes? We've got some prizes, everybody.
10 prizes.
Some prizes.
No excitement for prizes. They're going mad. Have we got a Lilo and Stitch question?
Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, Annie. No chance of a prize, mate. But
so, if you're feeling brave and would like to be in chance of winning, we've got a Loki Funko Pop. We'll just give that into the hands of Behemoth himself.
It's been held by a person who was in it.
We've got, that's quite fancy, that. I quite like that. This is a nice classic Thor figurine. Oh, okay, give that to Forrest now. It's all right.
Do you remember the old channel where you used to be able to like auction for stuff, and they made it like, oh, we've got today we're selling a knife, everybody.
Oh yeah, shopping channels.
Like, £10 only for a knife, everybody.
Just a little plug actually.
Here's me cutting a potato.
Oh my god, we've got an interview episode coming up in a couple of weeks' time with Excalibur Auctions actually, who do this for a living. And it was a very good chat. So
yeah, they don't sell knives or potatoes.
So, and the last one is a Thor Ragnarok figurine of Valkyrie.
Oh.
Okay.
Another series they ruined.
Shall we start? We should start with the smallest one. Thor, yeah. A winner for a Thor.
Winner for a Thor.
Okay, if you're up for answering an MCU-related question in the chance of winning a Thor figurine, hands up. Who would like to come up? Come on, Freddie. Yes.
Oh, come on to the front. Big round of applause.
Okay. So first things first, Freddie. Out of 10. So 10 being like, I'm the biggest MCU fan of all time. What what kind of level are you at?
Minus.
We're getting the Lilo and Stitch question already. Which character am I talking about? It's not Stitch. No, I'm joking. It's not. Come on.
Have you seen Infinity War?
Alright, thank you for volunteering yourself, Freddie, for this. This is going to be...
I should have told you about this.
This is...
Can we phone a friend?
We can phone a friend, actually.
We could do phone a friend.
Yeah, we could. Okay, so, I'm going to give you one that's not on this list, but in my head.
Oh.
Alright. Okay. Have you seen Captain Marvel?
No.
Oh my god. What MCU movie have you seen?
Not really any Marvel.
Okay.
Just here for the crack, everybody.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's nice. Well done, Forrest. That's really kind. You can say it if you want to. Oh, that's lovely. Okay.
I'm sitting down. I made no effort.
Character did Robert Downey Jr. originally play?
Come on, Freddie!
You must.
No, ask for a friend. Gonna look. Gonna take you.
What are you doing when you press clothes?
Iron Man.
Yay! Well done, Freddie. That's where I said it earlier. Oh, yeah. Could we have a volunteer who's watched a single movie of Marvel? That would be... Thank you, Freddie. Let me give you the Thor. Here you go.
Thank you for...
You've never seen this character in your life before, but go on, there you go, buddy. All right.
That's nice. Okay, so we're gonna go mid here. Yeah? You want to come up? Okay, we got our next one.
Oh, here we go. Wherever you come from, what's your name?
Are we a massive fan? Are we mid-tier fan? Mid-tier fan. Okay, cool.
Mid-tier.
Mid-tier fan.
I'd say this is a mid-tier question, but I might be mean here. Okay. Asgardians have their own name for Earth. What is it?
That's not it. That's not.
Is that mid-tier?
I don't know.
Do you want to ask for a friend? Everybody's looking a bit.
Don't ask for Freddie. That's just my words of wisdom.
Asgardians have their own name for Earth. What is it? We just been saying mid-tier, right?
We bring Oscar. We've had a volunteer.
Do we have somebody who knows?
Oscar, come on.
Oh, he's coming up.
Also, Oscar, I might have a surprise present that I will offer you.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Okay, so for each of you to win a
this
prize then, okay? So, are we ready? As Guardians have their own name for Earth, what is it?
Isn't it something like Midgard or something?
Yes, it is! Yes, it is!
So, your prize,
Scotland. Where is it?
You've got a very special prize.
Which one?
So, it's in my bag.
Where's your bag?
Where is my bag? It's behind. So, do you like comics?
I didn't hear the question.
Do you like reading?
Oh, this is a really good. If this is what I'm holding, this is genuinely really good.
It's actually a really good prize.
Not gonna lie.
We'll give it to you anyway.
Oh.
So we've got a Spider-Man life story comic. Alright? Very special prize.
You're going to read that. You're going to
Have a read of that. Enjoy yourself, alright?
Because I misheard the question. I thought it was like as the Guardians.
As it-
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you want another one? Just so you can earn it. All right.
Oh, you want to earn it?
Sorry, what's another one?
Oh, it's...
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You had one job, Matt.
No, that's me misunderstanding.
One job as I've sat here doing nothing for the last time.
I didn't know you meant people from Asgard. I thought as the Guardians.
Brilliant.
You need to get better at your articulation.
Have you seen Thor Ragnarok? Oh, okay. But you might get this anyway. This is nice and easy. Okay. What green superhero, Avengers superhero, green,
Yep.
features in Thor Ragnarok? Yes, it is the
Are there many green?
Right, we're going to need... This is a... Have we got anyone who could take... Oh. Reese at the back. You're coming up. Coming up. Alright, let's... An advanced question.
Do we do a Loki themed question or you're a Spider-Man fan, aren't you?
Oh, Loki. Do a Loki. It's for a Loki prize.
It's a Loki prize.
Alright.
With a Loki guest.
Wait there, guys. I've got
Please
to
tell me
scroll
it's in
now.
Loki, right? It's in Loki.
Oh, hello. That's... Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Very strange phone pose you're doing there.
No, I'm just sorry.
It's slightly like that. Let me just find a question for you.
Oh, that's really mean, isn't it? Look at that one.
That's not mean. No. He features in multiple movies. Yes.
He features in multiple movies.
Right. This is also open up to everybody else, okay? But this really is testing the trivia of the MCU for you, dear Reese, okay?
Option A.
So, Reese, what is the name of Loki's real father?
Ooh.
I know that he's from Jotunheim.
Yes.
I don't know the name. I know it's King of Jotunheim, but I don't know if that's the full name. That's all I know. I know.
So think back to the first Thor movie. But you're right, King of Jotunheim, yeah.
I know it's the King of Jotunheim. That is it.
Okay.
I can't tell you the name.
Can I give him 4 options?
Go.
Okay. A. Bob.
Hey, Bob.
B. Jimmy. I mean, if I made that way too obvious. B. Jimmy. C. Laufey. Or D. Jeremy.
That doesn't...
50-50? No, I'm joking. I think C. Laufey.
That is correct!
Congratulations. You're going home with £32,000. You're going home with a Loki toy. Oh, that's all we've got time for tonight.
He's not wrong. Thank you so much for coming along and supporting today, supporting Invasion. Thank you to the Mercury, thank you to Invasion, and thank you to yourselves. The biggest thing you could do to help us would be to give us a little follow on Spotify, give us a rating out of 5, ideally 5. You know, don't give us a 1 rating for God's sake. But I mean,
I thought you.
that'd be really horrible. So yes, yeah, give us a like, give us a follow, and thank you first to Alex again. Thanks so much.
An absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much
for having me, guys.
Thank you to yourselves.
A big round of applause.
And a goodbye from
as well.
Instagram. It's a goodbye from me, Forrest.
It's a goodbye from me, Matt. We never do that.
It's a new thing.
And a goodbye from me.
And so that for now. Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye from us here in the studio. Have a lovely evening.
You've got impressions from Alex for the next 6 hours.